Hi, in a break from the norm, what we're going to be looking at today is the Viltrox L132T LED light. Now the reason I say this is a break from the norm is because I'm not a photography channel, I'm not a video channel. I'm pretty much a try and stick within the smart home technology kind of area really. But in trying to up my YouTube game and my Facebook game, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to increase my equipment, as funny as that might sound. And one of the things that I did notice is that it was getting harder and harder, especially during this time of year, to get that kind of natural daylight, and I was having problems trying to get lighting. Now I've got a ring light, a fluorescent light as well, but it just really wasn't cutting it. So I thought to myself, well, how am I going to get over this? I've looked at a couple of YouTube videos, which I'm sure many of you guys have, and had a look what was available in the market. And to be fair, I got these at such an unbelievably great price. It was really worth doing. So any which way, I bought two of them. I've unboxed one. I'm using one to light this today, but I thought I'd save the other one rather than unpacking it straight away and do it in front of you guys. So I say this isn't a long video. I'm not going to get into a lot of things like color depth and how great it lights the back, and how I really, that I leave that to the professionals. For this, I'm just going to show you what it does, how it does it, and you pay your money, you can take your choice. I got this one, as I said, I think it was eBay for about 23 quid. Quite surprising on the price. You could pay lots and lots of money for these. I was going to get a lighting rig with sort of lighting modifiers and various other things that some other people have got, but when I looked at the quality of light that you got for the kind of job that you do, all seemed a little bit dull, to be fair, and I didn't have the space to be having great big soft boxes. One day maybe I'll show you my kind of rather rough setup that I've made at home, but for now let's get on with the video and we'll see what's inside. We'll power it up, we'll show you a little bit about the product, and we'll go from there. Right, now as I said, you can get two of these brands. One is the L132B and one is the L132T. Now the difference between the B and the T is the B has 132 LEDs of a fixed colour temperature, and surprisingly enough, the T in the L132T is full temperature. And of course the 132, I'll show you when I open the product, is for the amount of LEDs. So let's open it up and I'll show you what I mean. So what is it that you get in the box? I also asked that. A certificate for something. Right, the Viltrox Professional and Ultra Thin LED light. And the warnings, attentions, product features. It's the video light for DSLR and camcorder. It adopts newest LED technology, which is more efficient and durable. The high definition LED display, sorry, LCD display rather, lets the operation interface is clear. So obviously we've got Chinglish going on here, so you've kind of got to try and make out that what you can. This particular light, there is another version of this as well, which I think it's the 116, which is more of a squarer light, but let's put this to one side and we can come back to it for reference if we need to. We have a warranty card. That's a good sign. This is an important document that you need to register the product. Okay, fair enough. They've got faith in their equipment there. So we'll take it out of the box. Right, let's open it up. Some nicer silica gel with the do not eat, and we'll put this just here for the time being and look in the little box. Right, they give you a nice little cold shoe adapter. These aren't particularly great, to be fair, but they do the job. How well they do the job, that's really down to you. It's quite stiff. It does have a 1/4 inch screw adapter at the bottom, so you can fit it to a normal tripod if you want to. Yeah, as I said, does the job. As long as you've got something to actually fix it to. I've bought some clamps. I thought that they would look better for me. So, any which way, what do we have on the back before we turn it over? It says here DC in, that's a centre positive, 12 volt. This says that it does 2 amps. So, you know, anything over 2 amps is good. In most things, never undervolt. Like, don't plug in a 9 volt, don't plug in a 15 volt. You know, you're going to cause damage. But if you've got sort of a 12 volt 3 amp adapter, that'll work, because it will only ever draw what it needs. If you push too much volts, things go bang. If you undervolt it, things go bang. But if you put in too many amps, yeah, you're generally all right, as long as you're not being silly. You've got a on and off button on the back. You've got your battery slot, I believe a Sony battery compatible, so you can run this portable if you want to. I don't, so I didn't get the batteries with it. And you've got a push button and well, they're called rotary encoder, but they're a dial on the back and a display. So what I'll do is I'll grab a little power cable, we'll power it up and we can see what it says. Right, so powered up, let's turn it on. Now, as you can see, it's quite bright, so I'm going to turn that down. And it's currently set to 4400 Kelvin. So we'll turn that down to 3300. Now I'm going to turn this over. It might get a little bit washed out, so hopefully it won't. Right, now as you can see from the screen itself, it's almost got like a honeycomb pattern, and this particular light is side illumination. Now it's made up of 50 LEDs on the top, 50 LEDs on the bottom, and 16 LEDs on either end, which fires sideways. Now you can see from here, if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means that it's got 8 of the 3300 colour warmth, and we've got 8, I think it's 5700. So if we just change that over from 33, click it down, goes up to 5600. Now you can see it goes from that kind of nice warm 3300 Kelvin up to a rather cold blue 5600 Kelvin. So we click that, 5600, we turn it back over, and there you can see the other 8 on either side and the other 25 along the top and 25 along the bottom. It doesn't go lower than 20%, which is fine. I don't see why you would want anything lower than 20%. And it goes up to 100%. You can see it's got a battery indicator. If you're using the battery socket, then that's going to display how much power you've got. I believe people have used this for several hours on one charge, depending, of course, on the capacity of your battery. But I mean, that's it. As I said, it's got a 1/4 inch adapter on the bottom. You can put this in quite easily, tighten it up, right, and that's going to give you your fixed in. You can obviously attach it straight to a tripod, but you don't get any adjustment on that. At least with this, you get a little bit of adjustment. You can move in, you can set it where you want to put it. As I said, I personally have used a clamp on my overhead rig. But how bright does it go? Like I said, this is 20%. You can see it's quite reasonable, to be honest. But if we put that up to 100%, let's leave it at 5600 Kelvin and put it up to 100%. You can see that's quite a lot. But you know, if you're filming from something from quite a distance, you know, this is actually, it's going to be okay. And like I said, for the money, for 22 quid, 23 quid off eBay, including delivery, you can get 2 of these under 50 quid delivered. Like I said, you don't get your power supplies. You can pick up a couple of 12 volt power supplies relatively cheap, or you can maybe get, you can probably hook something together if it's a regular setup like I've done, which is just one power supply that's 4 amps, 12 volt, 2 connectors on it, plug it both in the lamps, just one socket, you're ready to go. But for now, that's the Viltrox L132T LED light. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.